tailspin. Well, according to 50 Cent, J-Lo was crazy enough to do anything Diddy wanted, including allegedly taking part in these freak-offs. Even after 50 Cent just roped Jennifer Lopez into Diddy's case, accusing her of allegedly having freak-offs with minors at Diddy's parties, and he brought some solid proof to back up his words. You all know that 50 Cent does not play when it comes to taking Diddy down, and this time he is also coming for Diddy's associates, including J-Lo. For a long time, we thought that J-Lo's only involvement with Diddy was that 1995 shooting that set up Shine to take the fall, but it looks like she may have continued to take part in Diddy's shenanigans long after they broke up. And get this, 50 Cent is also claiming that Ben Affleck knew about it, and this is why he chose to leave J-Lo before everything came crashing down. But what exactly did Ben know about J-Lo's activities? And was Diddy really blackmailing J-Lo with the footage of her and the young boys? Well, let 50 Cent tell it, he has all the answers, and y'all won't believe the things he has to say. Now, if there's one person that we all know has had a history with Diddy, it's J-Lo. She and Diddy dated in the late 90s, and there have been many speculations about how she was Diddy's right-hand woman and knew more than she was letting on. It was kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde situation. She was definitely the Bonnie to his Clyde, if you know what I mean. But for some reason, the true nature of the extent of her relationship with Diddy has always been kept securely under wraps. Sure, we knew that she and Diddy dated, but the streets have always talked about how there was more to the story than we knew, and how she's always had something to hide, especially with that 1999 shooting. So picture this, Diddy and J-Lo were out at a club in Times Square, celebrating the soon-to-drop album of Shine, Diddy's 21-year-old protege, who was still pretty new to the game, just like J-Lo at the time. But when they were leaving the club, Diddy, with a champagne bottle in his hand, accidentally bumped into a guy named Matthew Allen, better known as Scar, in the streets. Scar wasn't having it and pushed Diddy, and things popped off from there. Scar didn't take too kindly to this accidental bump and pushed Diddy, and things started popping off from there. Then one of Scar's crew members decides to throw a stack of money in Diddy's face like confetti. Next thing you know, Diddy pulls out his gun. Shots are fired. It was reportedly in the face by Diddy. Meanwhile, Diddy and J-Lo didn't stick around. As soon as the shots rang out, they dipped, hopping into a Lincoln Navigator with the gun stashed in the trunk. Now here's the kicker. They weren't even caught for the shooting at first. They got pulled over because they ran a red light while trying to make a getaway. Talk about sloppy. At the station, Diddy and J-Lo got their mug shots taken, and J-Lo was reportedly a whole mess, crying all over the place. She was handcuffed to a pole at one point, and her mom showed up, yelling at her in Spanish like, "I told you to stay away from that man." Y'all, even her mama knew that Diddy was bad news and that he would take J-Lo down with him and be a negative influence on her. And y'all, she was definitely right about it. And get this, J-Lo allowed Diddy and his lawyers to use her name to get him out of his gun charges from the incident. According to reports, one of the lawyers said, "I don't know if you know this, Judge, but this person, Jennifer Lopez, is a very famous actress. To think Mr. Combs is walking around with her with a loaded..." It's so ridiculous that it stretches the imagination. But for whatever reason, that defense worked, and Diddy got acquitted of all the charges. And as it turned out, J-Lo's part in the shooting went deeper than her letting him use her name to get off the charges, because in Little Rod's lawsuit, he claimed that Diddy told him that J-Lo was the one who carried the gun in the club in the first place, and that she was the one who gave him the when he got into the altercation with Scar. Y'all, what? Little Rod's lawsuit said he shared the artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo, carried into the club for him and passed him the after he got into an altercation with another individual. Yeah, looks like J-Lo was in deep Bonnie hood with Diddy, because she also admitted